his way. Well, he's got one old coming. Myrtle is her name.
They're right beside my head right now. See that? They're like humongous mosquitoes. He's on it right now. He's literally on the flower right now. There he is. Two of them. Look at them. They're literally all over me. 6 inches from my face. Oh, that is crazy. Oh, that's the weirdest feeling, friends. Hey? Oh, it's like they're monstrous mosquitoes, and you're just like, it's tough. You get those pointy beaks, you think they're coming at you. Look at the Chester man. He's going bonks. I bet you they've got their nests right in this little fur here. They're so cool. I bet you they do. They're nesting right now. Yeah, they do. I love the hummingbirds. Be kind, friends. Talk to you soon. Nice to be home. I just made a crazy double bit axe. 3 3/4 pound West German. We know who it's for. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It really is beautiful. It just, yeah. Good morning. Well, I got my 81 fired up again. I was going to my Super Pro. Me and Bobby were going to rebuild it, but he had some issues with his building, his little shop. So I think we're getting back up and running pretty quick. So I just actually adapted a Husqvarna, or pardon me, an organ bar, 32 lightweight organ, to my 81. I want to see what it's like. Skip tooth, but I had to fabricate the bar a bit, and I can show you what I did to do that in another video. But we got some timber to put down here today. They're building a shop in here. Excuse me. So there's a patch. How you doing? There's a patch right here, and there's a patch right here, another patch down there, and then there's a big snag right here, big balsam snag, and then another big fir though. So there's a little bit of piddle around. Talk to you in a bit. This little group here is going. this group. But this is kind of interesting because you got structures everywhere there, here, and there's fence down there, property line. This one might fit. They're actually quite tall. It may tickle the fence down there. He says he's not worried, but it can't go here and it can't go in between there. It could maybe get chucked out here with the rest of it. I could bang it, but I'd rather throw this. No, it won't. It won't go. It's hooked into these two. It won't go out here. And these two, as you guys can see, look at this. They're grafted together with limbs. So look at the, they're going hard that way, but it's definitely not going that way, the structure and the fence. So unfortunately, I got to bang these two down in the same spot as this one, and it's tight. There's a fence down there. So it is what it is. He's fine with it. It's just a wooden old beat up old fence. So if we tickle it with the 2 or 3 inch top, it's just going to knock a board off. We're going to try not to, but it's going to be interesting. Now, but I got a saving grace, because that's a tough bang. I don't care who you are and where you're from. That's a tough bang with all them limbs like that. I was hoping something would be grafted into this one. I'll cut this one up, and if it would help me pull this, like if there was a limb grafted up there, this tree would actually help me pull these in. And then I've got a secret little surprise in the back here, which is saving my can completely on those. That's a tough bang, especially with cedars, and you got structures everywhere. Look at this. This little fur's going, and it's leaning there, so I'll be able to hit it with this. This will be the ticket to the whole job right here. This one little fir tree. I'm not kidding you, for the way I'm going to do it anyway. Because this is going to come out because they're ripping this off. So, whoo, saving grace. We'll get started. I'm going to run my, I'm going to start out with the 81 and see if I got oil going to the bar, because I played around with that. Over and out. That's the old thing with the old cedar limbs, boy. When they get bound up, they'll flick your chain right off. Starting to get warm. Am I on my sprocket down there? Yeah, I don't know. That looks like it. Let's try that. There we go. Ooh, she flicked her pretty good.
Did she? Yeah. Oh, she came down good.
Give this a quick scrub. It's cut nice. It's getting oil too. I just filed this power saw. After I flipped the chain, I hit the side of the saw. simple goal this year. A simple goal. Bobby Walker eyes, this 81. I've already got the bar adaptment to it. Because the steel bar at 32 inches on my back, believe it or not, I know it sounds silly. Trust me, all day, that little lightweight organ, it saved my can when I broke my back 11 years ago, coming up in May. That thing, those are unreal. So I've adapted it and fabricated it to fit this saw. I'll show you how to do that later. But my simple goal this year, we'll talk about that. I'll tell you about it. It's crazy. Anyway, the Super Pro 81. Bobby Walkerized, and put it on some second growth show for you. For me and you guys. That's the plan. Because this thing is unreal. This saw is unfreaking real. This is interesting now. We got the front face off. Geez, that little Super Pro 81. I just can't love it. I can't wait till it gets a little bit of snap in, because it's going to be crazy. It'll eat 372s. I got a feeling. Right in there with them. Okay, here's the deal. I got like a co-dom here, and it's kind of a bummer because the wind's blowing back on me, and it's got a seam in it that runs right to the freaking ground. So, as most of you know, if I go to cut this tree as one and go to put it in here, I'm literally, I may have to cut this seam down here and take this individually, but it's all tied together up there. So this is an interesting tree to cut up, actually. Look at, here's the seam over here. Thank goodness it kind of comes over to the side, because I've got to get an undercut in this tree, and it might have to just be over here, do you know what I mean, and shoot it out here with the rest of it. So it's an interesting little lay. So we're going to cut her up. I mean, I don't really have anything behind it to hit. This is going in there. I don't know where that's going yet. I think it's going to have to go in there too, but it's going to be funky because I might tickle that fence. I'm hoping not to. It's not a big deal. So I got to be careful on this undercut. See, I'm barely into it. This could be sketchy. This tree might break off. Interesting. Very interesting. Wait till you see what I get into here. show you something here. You may think I'm over exaggerating, but I most definitely am not. Okay, what you need to understand here is I'm right in the seam, right? Look at, there it is. There's the seam. Look at, there it is. See what I'm saying? I'm right in the seam. This tree did not have an undercut in it. It didn't. So, what could have happened if I cut my posts off? That post or this post? What do you think would have happened? You guessed it. It would have freaking broke off and rolled out and hopefully hung up in the grafting somewhere, which I don't think so. It's massive. Look at it. So friends, be careful on these seams. They're not two trees. If this had hit the ground with any force, it would have just flapped right open into two trees. It was not two trees. Look at it. See, there's the seam. I showed you this already. There's no wood in there. There's the wood that was on the tree right there. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? There was no undercut in that great big tree. In the front one there was. There's a little Dutchman it was sitting on right there. There's the wood, there's the seam. Well, there you go. There's a perfect view of it. See? There's no undercut in that. I'm just pointing this out because those seams can get you. Make sure you be careful, especially maples. Like that had to be bang on or not at all, or a different plan. So I'm not maximizing things and going woo, booga booga. It's what it is. Be careful around those seams, friends. Over now. Okay, just before we leave this stump, I just want to show you something so that I know you hear me and all that, but I just need you to see now that I've cleaned the stump up a bit. I want to show you something on this one. First of all, I want you to look at that. With a 32-inch bar on it, skip tooth chain, with a lightweight organ bar, prefabbed, fabricated to work on this saw. What you have, I'll show you what you have to do to get it working. It's not that hard. It's pretty cool, and it is so much nicer. Check this out. Here's that tree, okay? There it is right there, for starters, okay? So there's the front one. That's the one we put the undercut in. We didn't get an undercut. We got a little teeny bit of a something or other in here, like a little teeny bit of some kind of an undercut. That actually wasn't the seam. I thought it was. It was a flare. That was a flare, look. See? Right there. It's a flare. I thought it was actually maybe the other side of this seam. See how this came through here? I thought it actually came through, but it's not. Look, it's just a flare. There's the seam. Okay, so look at this, friends. This shows you what kind of wood you had. Right there, see the bark? See the bark right there? Okay, so there's no holding wood here. They're two separate trees, correct? Yes, they are. They're two separate trees completely. Right there. Looks like there might be an inch or something, maybe right there. A little bit of an inch or something of holding wood on the outside of the tree where it grafted and grew together. But actually I see bark out there too. There's nothing there, hardly anything. Where there is a little teeny bit is right there. There's the seam, it comes through, it finishes up right there. So you had a little teeny bit, and you can see that's where I had my undercut. Actually, there it is, right there. That's the little bit of a cut I had. Probably the reason this worked out. I'm not kidding you. It's pretty crazy, eh? You really got to look at those. I've cut them enough of them up to know that they can literally just, you can go, what's going on? Your saw gets starting to get pinched. You're like, what's going on? Hey, over now. Okay, that thing's processed. Messy. Nice logs though. A couple of bended ones, that'll break right off and that'll be one log that you can cut. See, that'll just bust off. Then he'll have another log there. It's not bad. Over and out. Here's kind of the worst one of the group, I think. It's this one here. It's really weird on the stump. Look at it. It's got two, but, and you know how it is falling trees like this, right? Like when they're, you know what I mean? Like this, like this is fine, or back that way is fine. But when you got trees like this, they're not going that way, or they're not going that way. You know what I mean, right? By that? Have you ever tried that? Don't. So they've either got to go there or there, but the only thing is all the foliage is on the backside. Thank goodness it's cedar. I'm hoping that I've got something grafting me here, because we've only got one spot for this wood to go. Now I thought about hammering it with that big snag and throwing it out here, but I can't. That bloody building's right there, and the way these are, it'll just break unless it was cut right off the stump and just, you know, maybe hanging here on an undercut, and I could just hammer it with that snag. I'm not doing that. No, it's going in here, but I'm going to cut this thing up, but I'm not going to make it leave. When I put my back cut in, I'm going to watch and see if it leaves the tree or if it's hooked into these two, and it's going to assist me pulling it in. I'm not just going to cut it up and look at the kerf. I need to know what's going on up there, so hopefully I've got a graft somewhere. Would that ever be sweet, because it would pull these two in for me. It would assist in it anyways. I'm running out of battery. I'll talk to you in a minute. Okay, do you guys remember when I said we're really close to the fence and we might hit it with about a 2 or 3 inch top, but we're still going to break a board? Remember when I said that earlier? Well, I was a little shy. It was more like 1 inch. So, minuscule look at the fence. You know what I mean? So there's no big deal here. It's the only place these trees can go. So, you know what? If we do it again, we do it again. This is where they're coming. They have to come here. They have to come here. So, you know, unless I was to do something drastic, like pour them into that cedar behind there and chop it all out, it'd be horrible. They got to come here. So, not bad. Not bad. Well, that's the plan. The plan is, see, I wish this one was over here a little bit more, like where it wants to go, believe it or not, is right in there, but I got to get it over here. And it's just not, look at it, friends, there's no bones on this side until you get into the top third of the crown, and then right here, look at, covered in just bones. Thank goodness it's cedar, because you can pound cedar and lift it pretty good. But, and I got that little fir that's going to help, but still I got to keep it on the stump and down into this hole. Remember where that other freaking tree went? It's tight quarters. I might tag the fence again, but I just talked to him. It's all groovy. Okay. All right, here we go. I don't really like it. I don't like it. I'm getting kind of a funny feeling. It's not pretty, friends. It's not. It's these trees, when they're side by side like that, they've got to go right like this or like that. They can't go like this. They fight each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially limb bound, they will not go anywhere. You know what I mean? Unless you literally just hammer it with something, like a big bullet from behind, right? So, anyway, let's see how we make out. We'll get her cut up. See how here we go. My saving grace. I can't cut too much up. It's cedar. Cedar breaks like mad. You gotta watch it. That'll go. Like, that'll bang. Guaranteed it will. I might cut a little teeny bit more. I might lift it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, she's lifting all right. I'm gonna double up. I could probably hit it with that fir now. You know what I mean? But I'm just going to double up. It's going to come out. I can guarantee you that mashed the fence. They weren't worried. Let's go down and have a look. I gotta tighten her up. Look how good looking that power saw is there. Hey? You know what I mean? Look at how good looking this thing is here. Gosh darn it, I love these saws. Oh! Okay, Mr. Warlow. Watch. I'm already liking it. Oh yeah, I'm freaking loving it, buddy. I'm loving it. Once it breaks, you know what I do once it breaks, bud? I'll tell you what I do. So that was deadly. Just deadly. I'm stoked with it. Now, buddy, now what I do is I just give this a quick little... Yeah, one of these. And then I get my... Okay, bud. So I'm tickled with this thing. It's freaking done pretty much. So now I just do my little, you know what I'm talking about. I get out my wood rasp. He's a wood rasp. I get out my wood rasp, my brand new one I found at the flea market. It's unreal. And I doctor this up now. Okay, bud? You got yourself a screaming axe here, bud. She's a mean machine. It is, buddy. Not kidding. Oh yeah. Get the glue off her. And then I do this, Roar. Okay, like I'll show you, watch. See? It's all, you know what I mean, buddy. Okay? I'll just quickly show you this. You're here now, you may as well watch. I'll show you what I like about this. Use it. You're probably thinking, hurry up, Buckin, you already said that. I just want to give you a good little peeksy poo here. That's what I'm talking about, Rory, old boy. You see? Now I pound a couple wedges in her. This one's going to get 2 small ones for sure. 2 small wedges. Not one big one. It's narrow. It's too narrow. I took a ton of wood off this handle, buddy. I'm proud of this axe. It's looking real good. It's got a deadly fit. You can beat the living pulp out of this partner with no problem. No problem whatsoever. Over and out, friend. Thanks so much for waiting and all the stuff that goes on with this thing now. If I only sold the first 20 axes, this probably would have been over a long time ago. Look at her, buddy. Look at her. She's deadly. Deadly. Okay, pal. Love you. Take care. Here's the ordeal. Big ordeal. Warlow, buddy. Check this out. I do not want to put wedges in the top of that thing. I just do not want to do it. I don't. Let's go beat this oak up before this battery dies. Wow. What a crazy axe. Oh. Oh. Roar. I don't think we should put him in. I don't. Wow. Look at that. Look at freaking that. And here's your axe. Unmoved. Totally unmoved. I'm not kidding you, Roy. This axe, I almost don't want to put wedges in it. It looks beautiful for starters. Look at it. Look at the freaking thing. It performs stupendously. Let's see. Yeah, no, I don't see it. I don't think we should do it, Rory. Oh boy. Wow. This axe is actually sharp. Look at this roar. Couple of smokes. Look at it's a huge ditch. Look at, they could put the old axe in there. Did you count how many hits? I didn't.